Hey guys, so before I get into my top 10 of the year video, I will be posting this a few days after I'm actually recording it because of editing and other things going on right now. But just about an hour ago, we got the news that Carrie Fisher has died, and I'm very devastated, very sad about that, as I'm sure a lot of you are too. Not just because she's an actress, some of my favorite movies or whatever. It's because I can recognize and you can see how great of a person she was. It really is. It really is truly sad to see such an amazing person gone. It's like a light has been extinguished, but the Force will always be with her, and rest in peace, Princess. Alright guys, so 2016 is coming to a close, and it's time for me to do my top 10, my favorite films of the year. One thing I have to say though is that I haven't seen Jackie, Manchester by the Sea, Patterson, Patriots Day, Silence, or La La Land. All films that I believe have a really great chance of getting on this list. But I'm back home in Millbank. I'm not in an area that a lot of movies are coming to. I'm not available to see those movies. So, and I'm with family on Christmas break, and I just had eye surgery too. I'm actually half blind. I can't see anything out of this eye. Pretty much, I'm half of Donnie Yen's character from Rogue One. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. No, but so that's kind of crappy that I won't be able to see those. But end of the year's coming. I have to do my list. So let's just get into it right away with number 10. My 10th favorite film of 2016 is 10 Cloverfield Lane. Now, I really liked the first Cloverfield. I didn't love it, but I was excited for the sequel for 10 Cloverfield Lane. John Goodman knocks it out of the park with this movie. I love the suspense in this film. I thought it was such a great job what they did in a bunker, and you don't know whether he's lying or he's not, and it goes back and forth, and it's such a great cerebral, thought-provoking, and psychological thriller. I really loved it. I mean, it's just a great movie. Surprised it only got to 10 on the list, but there's great films coming up. Like my number 9, Swiss Army Man. Yes, Swiss Army Man, that crazy movie about the farting dead body, got on my favorite films of 2016. Can you believe that? Well, look, Daniel Radcliffe knocks it out of the park. Domhnall Gleeson knocks it out of the park. It's an hilarious movie. It makes you think. It's not one that you should judge upon first viewing. I've watched it 3 times now, and I've loved it more and more as I've watched it. First time I watched it, I thought, oh, that was good. I didn't think it was going to get on this list. After the 3rd time, I knew it had to be somewhere on my top 10 list. I love it. I laugh a lot. It's pretty emotional, and I thought it's just a very well done film. Really, really enjoyed it. Now, it's definitely not for everyone. I wouldn't show my parents this or some of my friends this for sure. And I mean, it's just one of those things where you either love it or you hate it pretty much, and I love it. My number 8 of the year is Sully. Sully is a movie that I was very much anticipating. If you go way back to our second video we ever made, I made a video of movies to look out for this summer, and Sully was on there because Clint Eastwood directing, great director, Tom Hanks starring, my favorite actor. It did not disappoint me. Some people said it was a little underwhelming. It's only an hour and a half long, but I really loved it. I loved how it painted the picture of an everyday person stepping up, and it wasn't just about this pilot, Captain Sullenberger, saving the day. It was about New York's finest saving the day, all the first responders and everyone who helped, and it was really great. I loved the theme of how we didn't need another. This was, remember, this less than 10 years after 9/11. We didn't need another plane travesty to happen in New York, and they painted this picture of this great man, but he's an ordinary man too. And I love painting the different pictures of his life, the different perspectives of the crash. I really enjoyed this film a lot. It gets to number 8 on the list. My number 7 is Deadpool. Now, a lot of my friends are going to be surprised that it's only number 7 and not higher on the list, because after I first watched this in the theaters, I loved it. I said it was my favorite movie of the year. Well, it was only in February, but so far, I was like, I don't know how any superhero movie can top it, and they didn't. I even like this movie. It's my favorite superhero movie of the year, over even Captain America: Civil War, because it's so funny. Ryan Reynolds is born to play Deadpool. Tim Miller did a great job directing. There's so many things that could have gone wrong with this movie, almost like an experiment. Such an original take on a superhero movie, kind of making fun of the superhero genre, that cliche formula. Just so funny and a well-made movie. But the reason why it's number 7 is because I think there are better movies that, yes, I enjoyed Deadpool a lot, but I got more out of these next movies to come. My number 6 is Sing Street. A very surprising movie that I did not see in theaters, but waited until it came out on Blu-ray because I hadn't even heard of it before I saw a review on YouTube about it. Watched it, loved it. Such an homage to 80s movies. Fantastic music too. Why the music didn't go more viral, it didn't blow up more than it did, I don't know, because the music is fantastic. Kid performances, great. Directing, great. Oh my gosh, I love this movie so much because it had so much heart too. But it's such a throwback to those 80s movies, which I really dig. I really love. I dug what they did with Sing Street. Definitely, I knew after I watched it was going to make it to my top 10 of the year. Number 5 is The Jungle Book. Yes, The Jungle Book. What can I say? I did a review over it and I loved it. I ogled over this movie. Now, it's not just the nostalgia factor. Yes, I loved the original animated Jungle Book when I was a kid. So going into this, I was skeptical, but it blew me away. Now, Jon Favreau, I think, is his best work to date. I loved it. There's so much heart to it. And Neil Sethi as Mowgli blows it away. Now, and it's just such a good job. And the voice performances, too. The voice talents, ranging from Bill Murray, Idris Elba, Scarlett Johansson, Christopher Walken, Lupita Nyong'o, and there's even more, many more. Just to name a few, and they're so fantastic. I love this movie. Also one I bought on Blu-ray right as it came out. Such a great film. Loved it. Number 4 is Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Yes, this first Star Wars anthology film, my most anticipated movie of the year, of course, because it didn't disappoint me. It got on my list and pretty high up at number 4, but not in the top 3, maybe surprisingly so. But I did feel it had some issues with the first couple acts, but I thought the performances were great, and it was just such a fascinating story and so emotional. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen Rogue One, so let's kind of say a little about the Darth Vader scenes, especially the Darth Vader scene at the end, and Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, the CGI for Princess Leia at the end. I just loved how it blended into A New Hope so well. It did not disappoint me, and that's number 4. Number 3 is Moonlight. Moonlight is a movie that I saw late and didn't get the time to review it, but I have to say it is so fantastic. Barry Jenkins, the director, does a marvelous job. The lead actor, I can never pronounce his name, but he's from House of Cards. He's Remy Dent in House of Cards. He is fantastic. Will get nominated for an Oscar. If he doesn't, something's wrong. He has a very good chance of winning. Such a fantastic, emotionally resonating movie. Brilliantly directed, acted. It tugged at my heartstrings, and it is such an emotional ride, but such a brilliant take on these issues. And it's so great. And everything about this movie, it is near perfect. I haven't seen La La Land yet, but I think this, to me, is the most well-made film that I've seen all year. And rightfully so in my top 3. So, wow, these next 2 are tough. But yes, Moonlight in at number 3. My number 2 is Arrival. Yes, Arrival, the movie that everyone went bananas for. It's such a great film. How can it not be on the top 10 list? And at number 2, surprised that it didn't get number 1. John's going to be surprised, but oh my gosh, it is such a good movie. The most cerebral film I've seen all year. The most thought-provoking. One of the smartest films I've seen in a long time. Denis Villeneuve, the directing is so fantastic. He's just been knocking it out of the park repeatedly. Amy Adams will get nominated for an Oscar. Jeremy Renner, such a good supporting role. Such a good performance. Such a beautifully shot film. The cinematography is insane. It is so wonderful. Such a great movie. Loved it. Number 1. Alright guys, my number 1. Here it is. My favorite film of 2016 is Hacksaw Ridge. Yes, I'm sure if you would have watched my review, you would have probably been able to tell, because it's the only movie I've ever given a 10 out of 10 to on this channel. Such a fantastic movie. It tells the story of this Christian, this conscientious objector who is very scrutinized, but he's a pacifist. He will not fight, but he still wants to be a part of the cause. He's an American, and so he enters into the war as a medic, and he's the first ever conscientious objector to win the Congressional Medal of Honor. Such a beautiful story. Andrew Garfield will get nominated. The performance of his career by far. And he will get nominated for an Oscar. He better. Mel Gibson's directing. He gets back into the director's chair after almost 10 years. I think exactly 10 years actually. And he knocks it out of the park. Mel Gibson, please, I know there's some issues with him and the Academy, and he's kind of been shunned by, the world, but I hope he gets nominated for Best Directing, because he should. It's fantastic. He will get nominated for Best Picture, rightfully so. I hope it wins, but it's going to be tough against the other other movies. I don't think it will, but to me, it is such a beautiful film. I loved it so much. I'm so excited to watch it again. I've watched it multiple times, and it gets me emotionally invested and involved every time. Every time I'm watching this movie, I saw it in theaters twice, I'm still ingrained in the story, and I cannot believe what he went through and what he did. Such a powerful story about sticking to your values and being who you are and not letting something else change who you are. So that's my list, guys, my top 10 list. I'll go through it again. Number 10 is Cloverfield Lane. Number 9 is Swiss Army Man. Number 8 was Sully. Number 7 was Deadpool. 6, Sing Street. 5, The Jungle Book. 4, A Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. 3, Moonlight. 2, Arrival. And number 1, Hacksaw Ridge. I do have some honorable mentions. I'd like to say just The Conjuring 2 was good, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Zootopia, Moana, great animated films. Hell or High Water, surprised I didn't get on. Really enjoyed that movie. Doctor Strange was a good comic book movie. Hunt for the Wilder People, surprisingly good. Check out that movie if you haven't, not a lot of people did. Star Trek Beyond, also very good. The Nice Guys, Captain America Civil War, Don't Breathe, and Deepwater Horizon. All really good movies that if you haven't checked out, you should. I'm sure most of you have. Alright guys, that was my list. My favorite films from 2016. Now again, I haven't seen all of it. I haven't seen Jackie, Manchester by the Sea, Patriots Day, Silence, La La Land, a big one, or Patterson. And those very well could get on my list. I might have to alter my list a hair. But no, they're all great movies on my list. After a fairly disappointing summer, I was very thankful that this later part of the year really delivered for me. I really had a fun year doing these reviews. Can't wait to continue them. I will get those movies that I missed out. I'll get those reviews to you. Probably have to put them in my list somewhere. Maybe do a revised list in a month or something. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and comment below. Let me know what you thought of your list, and what is your favorite film, your favorite movie from 2016. I would love to hear it. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will see you next time.